I'm going to show you how to prepare an MP3 file for use on the web using iTunes. iTunes is a great program for downsizing a large audio MP3 to get the file size smaller but not lose a whole lot of the quality. In fact, many people don't know that iTunes has that capability built right in. If you don't have iTunes, you can get it for Windows or Mac by going to iTunes.com and downloading it from there. Install it on your system and it'll go through the setup process, and I'm sure when it sets it up it'll ask you if you want to import your current music on your hard drive. You can do that. I have here, and for this demo purpose, an empty library, a music library, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Windows Explorer and I'm going to drag in some MP3 files. So I simply click them, drag and drop. This places them in the library. And just as a note, if you right click on the title bar, you can see that you can add a whole bunch of different titles, columns to this library. And one of the main ones that I want to see here is size of the file. You might want to import artist and album and all those kinds of things, and you can do that as well. So I have my 3 audio MP3s, and you'll notice that the sizes are fairly large for a short time. 24 megabytes for a 26-minute audio, and this is somebody talking, it's speaking. And what we want to do first is prepare the iTunes itself for the conversion. So I'm going to go to Edit and Preferences, and this gets up a dialog box here with a bunch of different things on it. And what I'm concerned about right now is under the General tab and Import Settings. So click on that and make sure that the import using is set to MP3 encoder. Under Setting, choose Custom. Again, this will pop up another box. And for the stereo bitrate, this is really up to the listener, up to yourself as to what you set this at. It really doesn't have to be too high. In fact, I would suggest 64 is really high enough for audio quality to be good enough to listen to. But many people even go down as low as 32 kbps. 16 and 24 might start to lose too much of the quality. So play around with these settings, adjust them, do some of these conversions, and see where the quality lies. I'm going to leave it at 32 kbps for this particular use. Make sure that use variable bit and rate encoding is checked, and choose highest for its quality. Sample rate should be set to auto. Now in audio talks as opposed to music, mono is really good enough for anything you would download off the web, so I would choose mono for here. Again, it makes the file size smaller. And make sure that these 2 boxes here are checked. Smart encoding adjustments, filter frequencies below 10 Hz, those are checked. Click OK, then OK, and then OK again, and now our iTunes is set to do the conversion. And then to simply convert it and create a new MP3 with a smaller file size, all I simply do is right click on my audio file and choose Create MP3 Version. And what that will do is it will go through, it will resample, it will downsize the file, and it will create a new version of the file for use up online. And you'll see, and it's almost done, it takes very little time at all to do the conversion and create the new file. And it's almost done, and there it is. It signals that it's done, and you can see now the difference is huge. 24 megabytes down to 4 megabytes, and that's a huge difference. Okay, so let's go ahead and try another conversion, only let's change the settings to a little higher quality. So again, choose Import Settings, Custom, and I'm going to choose 64 this time. Keep everything else the same. Click OK and OK and OK. And now let's take audio 2. It's 22.6 megabytes. I right click and choose Create MP3 Version, and it's going to go again through its process, and it looks like it will take about 30 seconds, so it really doesn't take a whole lot of time to convert these MP3s, but the time saving, of course, is huge. And again, you want to try and get the MP3s to be as small as possible with still good quality, and so that it's easy enough for people to listen to, but not too long to download. So there it is, it's completed. Now it's gone from 22.6 megabytes to 5.8. Again, a huge savings at a higher quality. So you can play around with those bit rates and see what works for your taste. Now, if you want to know where this file is actually being stored, right click on the new file and choose Show in Windows Explorer. And what that does is it pops up Windows Explorer with the exact location of the file. Now you can set this location, and to do that you go into Edit and Preferences again and choose the Advanced tab. And in the Advanced tab it asks you where do you want the media folder location. So I can change, I simply click Change. I can go and choose whatever location I want on my hard drive. So that's how you change the location. Again, click OK, and that's where they will be saved to. So that's it. That's how to convert a larger file using iTunes into a smaller file size, and a little bit of the information on the bit rates so that you can get good quality and a small file size that you can use on your website.